Okay, now keeping with this theme of knee elbow escape, there's a few things I want to talk about when it comes to the direction of the movement. Now, when he has a crossface, I could do something else. I can go into kipping escape, which we're going to look at in a moment, but I could potentially knee elbow escape. Okay, understand that I can knee elbow escape with the grain of the crossface, which is going to be much easier. Okay, or I can escape against the grain of the crossface, which is going to be much harder. You might ask, well, then, why would you want to go for the harder one? For a couple of reasons. First of all, when I go against the grain of the crossface, it's going to be almost impossible for your partner to punch an underhook here. It's going to be very hard. Any movement, any motion in that direction will just get rid of the underhook. Okay? When I'm here, you could potentially start getting an underhook and start elevating my arm. If I go against the grain of the crossface, now when he goes to get an underhook, there's just simply nothing there, and everything I do will just set him off balance. Okay? So this is more of a technical reason why you might want to go against the grain of the crossface. The other reason is not quite as technical, is more a tactical reason, is because your partner will be focused to this direction. Okay? This is just where his attention goes. This is where all these defenses are. This is where he's going to put a lot of emphasis on bringing the knee inside the line, the line of the knee. Okay, sorry, the foot inside the line of the knee. And so even if I have inside elbow position, sometimes he's very disciplined with his foot, and it might be hard for me to start exposing his ankle. If I go against the grain of the crossface, he might not be as focused on his foot, and I might be just able to just go straight into my escape. Okay? So understand that, you're not fighting a computer, you're fighting a person that has a limited attention span. And if he's focusing everything on this side, the other side, although it might seem much harder to go to because of the crossface, it might actually in the end be much easier because there's much more foot exposure than you would have on the easy side, as it were. So this is definitely something worth mentioning. The other thing is to clear grapevines. Now, grapevines, you see this at white belt, blue belt level all the time, not as much when you start going up. And the reason is very simple. What the grapevine does is that it prevents me from hitting explosive bridges. Now, because at white belt and blue belt level, most of the escapes, they tend to be just very explosive bridges, the grapevines seem to work very well. So whenever I go to bridge, my partner just stretches my feet, and my bridge doesn't go anywhere, okay? And I do this a few times, my partner stretches, and then I'm exhausted, and that's not good, okay? The problem with the grapevines is that as soon as they don't do the things they're supposed to do, they're not just useless, they're prejudicial. Because, if you remember, one of the great battles that I had to win when it comes to mount escape is the position of his foot relative to his knee. What he wants is to keep his feet inside the line of his knee. What a grapevine does is that he brings his feet outside the line of his knee, which is very good when, when I'm bridging a little bit explosively. But as soon as I get rid of the grapevines, now his feet are fully exposed. So, grapevines are very good to do what they're supposed to do, but as soon as they don't do that anymore, they're just completely useless and prejudicial. So, I take my cross post, inside elbow. You can even take a double cross. That's up to you. And you just aggressively stretch your feet, your legs. Okay, he has a grapevines, go. And you just aggressively stretch your feet, your legs. And now, without waiting, you immediately go into your knee elbow escape. Because now there's so much ankle exposure that you can really go you can really catch his foot fairly easy. Okay, so grapevines, very good until they're not.